I said in my review for Creed 2 that the ending to that film wrapped up everything so perfectly that I was skeptical about how a third one would turn out. My skepticism was correct and justified. While the previous two Creed films had some justification for their existence, continuing the legacy of Apollo Creed and Rocky, this one does not. This one feels like it exists simply for the sake of doing a trilogy. I will say this, it's not as bad as Rocky V because this film isn't boring. In fact, the fights in this film were pretty adrenaline pumping and exciting to watch. The story, however, is not very interesting, mainly because there is nowhere to take the main character after the ending of Creed 2. The previous films were about Adonis Creed trying to live up to his father's legacy, and by the end of Creed 2, he has done that. His character arc has been wrapped up, which leaves absolutely nowhere to take his character in this one. So as a consequence, the film feels hollow with no stakes. Jonathan Majors does give a good performance as the villain. Between this and his performances in the MCU, he's quickly becoming an actor I'm excited to see in more things, but the stakes in this film don't really matter that much because there isn't much to fight for. The film didn't really give me that much of a reason to be invested, and just seems like it exists simply to make a trilogy. If you're a fan of the other Rocky movies and you don't care that much about the story and just want to see some boxing action, it's worth a rent, but it's not like this movie completely turns the franchise on its head. If you're fine with something completely safe where you get exactly what you expect, it might work for you, but for me, I felt this film rang hollow. Creed 3 for me gets a C, 7 out of 10, and a 3 out of 5 stars.